gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another segment from Oh So Bossly in the Bossly Cafe. So today we have a celebrity guest, a big homie on the scene. You already know, an visual trendsetter from day one till present day. We got the big homie Shot Cole in the building. Hey yo, it's a pleasure. It's definitely a pleasure to, get this interview, man. You have a lot of individuals who, they mention this guy's name. They've been around him. They heard the legacy. They heard about the triumphs. But in the same token, he's not a clout chaser. He's not out there trying to put his life in front of a camera trying to monetize his value. Some of us are, but that's just not his thing. You feel me? To each his own. And with that being said, he's staying true to the game, staying true to the codes, and I just want to thank him for giving us this first interview. He's been on the forward. There's never one done like this one right here that's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? This one ain't never happened. So I just want to thank the big bro for blessing our platform, blessing me, and helping me win, man. Like, personally, man, thank you, bro. Genuinely, bro.
Right now.
Bro, real shit. So today, ladies and gentlemen, there's a couple things we're going to touch on. Now, this may not be your normal interview where it's going to be 1,050,000 questions like an interrogation room. Nah, we're going to ask the questions as they come, but more or less, we just going to let the big bro do his thing. He going to tell a story how he seen it, how he lived it, and we just going to sit here and we're going to take notes. Anything that comes up that he may have left out that we may have questions about, we just going to ask him. After that, it's up and it's stuck, man. So if there's anything you'd like to say on the intro, big bro?
I just want to tell a story, man. A lot of people right now on the internet, they speculate a lot of things that transition between me and other individuals over the years. I just want to clear the air, because you leave something unchecked, you already know if you don't challenge it, eventually it lends credits to what the other person's saying about it. Well, maybe that's what happened, because he's not speaking on it. I don't speak much, but some things need to be addressed.
Right. Certain things involving you, from you and the La Brim situation, the Big Whoopty, from, you and leaving GKB to start another flourishing movement. Like, you had a lot of things that played a historical part in history. So without further ado, man, I just think now's the best time, give you the spotlight, let you roll out that red carpet, man, do your thing.
So let me back it up on like quite a few years, going way back to, let's say, to 1995, 96. In inception of GKB, before we originally started, CK came with the red print for it. You follow what I'm saying? It was his brainchild. At the time, he was with Pimp. They had, put things together. Pimp came with the right name and switched the words around so it sounded good. And at that point, CK reached out to me and said, "Yo, bro, I've got my own thing jumping off, you know what I'm saying? I want you part of it, man, and get involved with it." So at first, I was reluctant because I didn't know where he coming from with it. Right. Because for the simple fact, at the time, Mac had came out from the island, was giving out all these hoods. So people got a misconception about GKB being what number of hood it was. But first of all, we like number 7. I'm keeping the band. I know the history as well. And
hold on, before you continue, I just want to highlight that real quick. So brief little history lessons from what we know from the trenches, or when people came on YouTube and made certain statements. It's always been said that GKB was made right after Billy, so that's basically not true.
That's not true. What happened was, when Billy was first came about, this is from Scarface Taboo. He gave it the name Nine Trey Gangsters in '94. You follow what I'm saying? Because at the time we only had NYB. And Mac, when he first put the whole situation together, he really had no real knowledge about the whole gang culture. He'd read a lot of books and inserted a lot of things from books, California history mixed with Chicago history, and it was like a bunch of mumbo jumbo bullshit that was going on. So nobody had no real concepts. Scarface Taboo was one of the first ones to start writing out the codes, and he first one to coin the name Nine Trey Gangster, being that it started in Nine Trey. Then fast forward to 1995, around circa May, is wanted to start GMB. Already on the island, he had people claiming it, but it wasn't officially put together. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to start it, so Mac approved it in May of 1995. At the same time, he approved 5-9 Brim and Elmira, but it really didn't jump off in Elmira. And right after that, there was a big riot, so Mac wound up leaving Elmira, going to Kawasaki, and that's where everything popped off. So you had Pee Wee, you had Shaq, a lot of brothers over there that was basically started, kicked it off over there. Now, that was the first 3 sets. Right now, when Mac come down from up north, he's in the Beacon. He sees this man born from Harlem. He gets born Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, right.
Right. Before it was called Murders, it was just called Mad Dog Blood. Right. After that, he gave his brother Hamo, not Hamo from G-Shine, a different Hamo, he gave him Mad Stone Villains. Right. And then Shaolin was a beacon with him, and he gave Shaolin permission to start Valentine Bloods. All right. Now all this is going on. CK more likely probably was hearing a lot of things popping off New Hood, so do my own thing. Even though he ran it across me months before that anyway, but he wanted to do his own thing. Me, I follow protocol. So at the time, it wasn't approved unless Mac approved it. So when he wrote me, I'm like, yeah, but you really can't jumpstart that without Mac approving it.
Right.
But we're gonna do it the right way. But at the time, Mac had got wind of it. So the issue with Mac and CK is a long history, long before the situation with Benji and CK. See, what happened was CK was in the Beacon with Mac when Mac first came out from the island. Now I'm gonna be truthful about it. Mac was never an aggressive dude. He was a smart, he was a thinker, he knew how to inject himself in a situation and live it out. You know what I'm saying? He's very charismatic, so he can bring the people to him. But when he was in the Beacon, he landed in 9 building, which is a house that had limited e-rickets. There was no e-rickets. You follow what I'm saying? At that house. So at the time, so Mac felt comfortable, didn't want to move. Meanwhile, it's lit in the building. At that time, the Bloods were still like very minimum in population. Most of them was in the box, but a lot of them was running around population, like 1 or 2 in any given building with a whole mass of e-rickets that they had to go against. So CK, people like CK was in population, I was in population, Dizzy was in population at the time, and even Pimp was in population, and Pimp was running rogue. He was robbing Latin Kings here and there. He was doing a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he was doing the set, and this is when if the odds against us tough. So I'm not gonna take nothing from nobody on that set. But now, as you move along, a situation happened in the Beacon where Latin Kings had cut a homie in the mess hall. So CK and them went to the block where Mac was at and told Mac to the door like, yo, they just popped on the homie, 5'9" building. Yeah. So Mac was like, yo, what you talking about? Yo, we could cut the homie in the mess hall, we about to pop off. Mac tells him, fall back in the code, but he said fall back, we'll see what's going on. So CK like, fall back? I come, no, excuse me, get my dog over here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Because he like to wander around. Damn. So CK and like, they don't know what that's about. Supposed to be a 5'9" brother automatically. So what CK and them did, they go to the clinic and they pop off with some rigs in the clinic, get their shit off, and they want to get kicked out the building. CK ended up in 1A in HTM. When he sent Kite down to 1B, speaking about Mac, man, he supposed to be a big homie with 5'9" building. He didn't even get involved. We had to put that in. And that's where the history of Mac and CK riff come from. Mac ain't like that. He exposed that about him. You know what I'm saying?
So the riff, the next move, Mac was
So Mac didn't want to give no GKB hood to CK. So I wrote to him, we spoke about it. I believe Pimp probably spoke with him about it too. So Mac had wrote me back and said, yo, what I'm about to do, I'm about to start UBN. And I'm gonna start the first High Five, which is gonna be you, Tankhead, Deadeye, Wayno, and Big Iz, right? So you're gonna put it together, and we're gonna be the start of the new UBM movement on the East Coast. So with that being said, GKB is approved, you're going to spearhead it. So I'm like, all right, so I wrote CK. CK said, look, I don't care about none of that. You spearhead it, because I'm like, people don't know, me and CK knew each other from me like 12 years old. That's like, I'm like his big bro. We go through and all that, but I love the shit out of CK. So, we have a lot of histories. Like, you just spearhead it, whatever, do what you gotta do. I'm just gonna play the background. You need me for anything, shoot, whatever, I'm on board.
No question.
But I'm equipped to like put stuff together, lessons. So when actually when GKB started, I coined it February 16th. That's the day Max and Delena say it's approved. So that's been the birthday I've been using ever since. Right. Some might disagree because they felt like, well, we had started before that, but it wasn't approved. So I'm going by actually things was approved to actually give credits to when
the real right way, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now I put together a whole manifesto, a whole package. You know what I'm saying? The package consisted of like maybe 21 pages. Like we the only hood that had a package at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like really, I was trying to really build it up how Bloods across land, especially Chicago, they build a lot of history, a lot of lessons, and a lot of manifestos and how to control themselves and in certain situations and who do what, and they had everything in position and everything. So I wanted structure. I was all about structure. So I put together. So as time went on, a lot of things, we went up north, a lot of things was happening up north, and we always said that Billy paved the way. So, but GKB say today, so misconception, this gonna be say today don't mean the second hood. Say today because around 97, 98 when stuff started going haywire.
Yeah, but remember we also taught that we were cleanup set for that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what say they, meaning we was going rogue. Mad new people was coming in, dudes was coming with their own agendas, right? Everybody was coming with for personal, people coming for personal gain. So we needed a cleanup set to get rid of the hard time busters, what we was calling at the time. So he solicited GKB because GKB had an outstanding record, plus we one of the biggest hoods, right? We had a lot of hitters on the hood, so we became the cleanup set. Not the only cleanup set, because also they had the 31 Hearts, they had motherfucking Bloodstone Villain, was also part of the cleanup, and also they had Benji had started Old Trey One Blood, him and Gruenham. They was like a cleanup set at the time. So now we're cleaning up, right? So as time go on, the cleanup, it might have helped a little bit, but then it started going back to the old ways again.
Right.
Now, around 1998, I started getting fed up because my name was being used in all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had people literally hit me up through letters, or my mail was on Mail Watch at the time, through the street saying, yo, bro, how you gonna do this, big bro? Like, I respect you, man, never met you, man, but they said you took the green light for me. I like the green light. I don't even know who the fuck this brother is.
Now, before I met you, Shakur, we was up north around the same time, but we never crossed paths. Now, you always had one famous story. I never know if it was true or fake, but basically you had got into a confrontation with somebody. You don't need to name names, but you actually had reached out and sent the nigga a picture of his front door.
Nah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. We'll get to that. So, and I wasn't proud of that, but you know, that was just something to keep him at bay. It wasn't nothing, extra with it. Like I wasn't planning on doing nothing, but it was to keep him at bay, just in case. But before I get into that, I want to go through a timeline. So now in '98, there was a situation going on with CK and Mac against some shit from Clinton, whatever. Mac called himself trying to demote him, not fade him out, but demote him, took OG status from him. CK ain't like it one bit. So when I got to Southport, the first person to see me was Jay Diamonds. He's like, yo, what's good?
Yo, shout out Jay Diamonds. What's up, lady? You be watching?
He the first one I seen, asked me about the situation with CK. He said, when I just came from Attica. He's like, yo, what's going on with the situation with CK? The brother's saying that Mac fade him, he ain't blood no more. I said, no, that's not true. He is blood, he just got demoted, but we're gonna work on that, straighten that out down the line. So, all right. By the time the word got to CK, it still probably was he got demoted. But CK, his mind worked like, damn, niggas shouldn't be going against me in any form of fashion. Like, how I'm gonna demote me? So he didn't really like it. So it became like a little struggle. I've been hearing words. I didn't hear from his own mouth from people who telling me that, yeah, CK saying, well, he got it. If you with him, you with him. You with Quell, you with Quell. I was totally against that because simple fact, I ain't want no division, and that's my little brother. So I'm not trying to go against you. I'm just letting you know what it is, but we're gonna straighten that out. What's going on with you and Matt, we're gonna straighten it out. But that was neither here nor there. But then there was a situation going on with Mac Murder at the time. And Mac Murder with his DBD situation, death before dishonor.
Right.
And he had, hit a homie up in the Kastaki. I ain't got no problem with that. Y'all, whatever happened down there, y'all did your thing, whatever. Homie got hit. Got to take some losses in life, right? But what I didn't like is he was over there bragging about it in the port. Talking shit on the gate, disrespecting homies, fuck y'all niggas, I eat a dick and all this other extra shit. So I'm like, yo, that nigga's a plate. So when I sent word over there, if anybody sending a visit, he's on site. Fucking CK allegedly saying that, yo, that's his family, he married to his cousin, whatever the case may be. I sent CK on like kite over there saying, bro, I don't give a fuck who the nigga related to. Nigga violating on me, like, he can get it, whatever, right? So, I got a ticket for that anyway, because they intercepted mail and shit. But, I got his ass sagged years later for that shit. Anyway, but one thing led to another. So, I had somebody that came and put a bug in my ear that, yo, Mac Murder had read the kite, so I didn't know how he read it, whatever. But Mac Murder wound up coming to my block, and now he want to talk to me. So he's in B2, which is the bad lake, coming with bad legs or whatever. And I'm upstairs.
You saying Costa?
No, this is Southport.
Southport, right.
Yeah, so now he comes up and he want to talk to me. Brother Law Prince that I knew from Flap was like the mediator. So I ain't got no problem with y'all. I know a lot of y'all from DF. I know a lot of homies from DFY, Benji, go back with me. Wildcat, all these people start name dropping. Like, yeah, I know about the kite you sent, CK, but that's like my family. But I said, listen, bro, you put yourself in a predicament because you running your mouth and all that. But when he was telling me all about the shit I wrote, I really didn't know how he knew all that shit. So, in a nutshell, without saying what, I just fell back from CK for a while, right? So, when I fell back from CK, that's, I guess, what the situation with him and Benji. He tell his own story on that. But what happened between him and Benji and shit, I didn't really like that shit, so I wrote Mac a kite ahead of time to try to stop it, and then Mac wrote me back and said, yo, I'm gonna fall back on that. Like, I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah,
I said,
that was a nasty situation.
I begged him to let it go. But Benji took it upon himself to write SI and reiterate the whole situation to SI without telling them that I wrote Mac and got the shit dead in the squad. And then SI told him, do what you gotta do. So he snuck CK in the visit. They was popping off
That
in the
was
visit.
whack though, how he did that.
He popped up a visit, made CK think that it was all dead, it was all good. And then he waited till shit popped off with Hitler and this dude Lloyd to Hitler cut, and shit popped on their cage. So CK and Benji popped off on their cage, and Benji, I believe, allegedly, maybe CK can tell it better, but Benji told him, yo, hold me down, I'm about to put my shoulder, get the poison in front of the gate, yo, bring it up, screaming, going chaotic. And when CK, I guess, turned his back to hold him down, Benji snuck from behind, cut him from behind. And if CJ turned around, they started fighting, getting on and shit. So that became a whole other situation, you know, on the visit floor. But at that time, me and CK wasn't seeing eye to eye, so we talked. So when that happened, about 3 months later, came Ty Guns wrote me. He had ran across some paperwork with Mac, but he didn't get a copy of it. But he told me about it, and he wrote Mac about it.
Shout out Ty Guns, salute, King.
That
You
nigga wrote Ty Guns wrote Mac and told Mac, yo, bro, what's this fucking shit I read about you being a fucking rat? Yo, you a fucking rat. I ain't jacking you. And Mac wrote some harsh shit back to him, and so I tend to believe what Ty Guns was saying because somebody put a bug on me that came from Easton. My bro, I ain't gonna say his name. He like his name be out there, but he put in my ear that he read the paperwork himself. So I'm playing it by ear and waiting. It's gonna have to land on my lap sooner or later. As time go on, my name getting caught up in a lot of shit in the streets everywhere. I'm like, where this shit coming from? Like, why is my name being used for get at dudes on type of shit? So I just thought, at that time, decide I should just fall back. This shit about to get crazy. I'm not trying to have these boys come see me over no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm already ready to fall back, but Mac has already hit me with letters, y'all. I'm about to leave everything to you. You about to be the GF for you and all that. I'm like, oh man. I really didn't want to tell you the truth. I like, all right, boom, fuck it. But then Iz wrote him. Iz was crying about it. Yo, how you gonna leave me out and got Quell? And then I was in house before Quell. So he wrote me back, yo, I'm gonna make Iz co-GF, so you gonna take the lead, and Iz gonna be with. I like, but that ain't made no sense to me. Like, you don't need two GF, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and not only that, man, he's got two different agendas. Like, he's a reactionary. I'm more of a thinker. I think shit out, and I'm more mellow and smooth and humble when I'm making my calls or whatever. So it's gonna be like cause a lot of chaos. So I like, man, I don't see it that way. Now I bumped to SI and visit. So this is how the situation with me and SI popped up. He writes me a kite and said, y'all gotta holler at you. Yo, but I don't go to visit no more because I'm not doing that good, whatever. My mom's can't make it like she used to. So I said, I'm gonna pay the way. So I paid his mother way. She came up, we on the visits, we in 2 different cages. She told me like, yo, I know we gotta get Marley baby back in shape, but yo, I'm not really feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it. But they had a rift since Comstock, 1986, so they already been going at it. I'm like, yo, man, but I'm not gonna talk bad about the bro, you know what I'm saying? He was around for a long time. That's Mac's decision, is what it is. But I'm already at the point where I'm ready to pull back when it is running. Because I didn't like what was going on. There was a lot of politics, a lot of shit going on. So I already came up at the time with a new situation called UBM, United Blood Militia, right? Now, however, the only thing was with UBM was like how Mac did with UBL. UBL was never supposed to be a part of the UBN at first, but it somehow became emerged in it. But it was supposed to be a separate revolutionary set on the side. He reached out to me, Tank at all, but get involved with it. But I didn't want to leave G-Shine at the time. So when I started UBM, this was the purpose of UBM. UBM, I put out a whole outline, a mission statement, and everything. It was supposed to be a bunch of us that selected that come together as one with no big me, no little U's. I wouldn't even been the OG of that. I'm no GF for that, no nothing. It was everybody that had that lived a particular way, how they bang, you know, how they what they bring to the table, and everything including to that, where I felt that they was the right person for that movement. Right. So truth be told, at A-Light, at Wino, at Best Eye that's home right now, Robo just came involved. Dizzy wanted to come involved, but I didn't want to put Dizzy down because of what he was doing, Candy and all that shit. And I had quite a few other people involved, right? It's like a whole list of people. I think 20 of us when I was in the port. SI and all of them was there too. Nobody was saying nothing. Boo was there. Nobody was saying about UB and everything. It just kept it as it was, right? But it was only supposed to be a set off to the side with no politics. Leadership amongst the people, not no leaders. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I left, I wound up leaving the port, and they sent me to Because that shit was going on with Mac Murder, and it's that I'm part of a hit ring, and I got the paper. Matter of fact, I got the ticket in my room right now. I'm part of a hit ring, and they had his name involved in the shit. So they moved me out to Comstock. When I get to Comstock, that's when they want to put together the council.
Mm-hmm.
And when he put together the council, S.I. wrote me, rest in peace. He wrote me and said, "Yo, I know what you got going on, boom, but you know, if it left behind, we really ain't fucking with it. We about to do our own thing and build a council. One man shouldn't be able to control everybody, boom, boom." So I already seen right now the fix was in. I ain't gonna do it then. I'm out already. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now I think everything good. He wrote me and letter. He also said, "Yo, if you need any assistance in what you're trying to do, you know, reach out to me. I help you in whatever way I can." But meanwhile, unbeknownst to me, he over there threatening dude, "Yo, you better go back to the original you was at. Watch that shit. Well, got his not right and exact. He ain't no permission for that. It wasn't a fish. I was a GM at the time. I'm telling you, it was a fish. I go tell you.
Fucking ain't official, right?
Who I'm supposed to answer up to at the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he said it's not a fish. Like what? And then a kite came over to somebody Abel out named Gangsta Light, and he was a bunkie with Cormega at the time. And Cormega got a hold of the kite and they sent it to me through another brother that worked in the thing, right? I mean in a box. So when Cormega gets the kite to me, I'm reading the shit. It's from SI. He's telling homie, "Yo, that nigga Quell, you know, you this, that, and the third. Something got to get sent down him, and anybody, you know, trying to be politically correct, my word. But anybody with him, they on it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We on that type of time right now. So I'm like, what? So I did the first one slide. 2 months go by. Now mind you, I'm in the box. So I'm going to visit full restraint. I'm shackled.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm going to the visit shackled, I got to pass through AA and B.
Dangerous.
So anybody can just not lash out at me. I'm only with one police, and sometimes be some old ass police about to retire. Like,
right.
So I'm like, I'm shackled. I can't defend myself. But nobody did that. But then he said the second one. Yo, why shit ain't been done yet? I ain't hearing no feedback from over there. I'm like, oh, you doing too much, man. So I reached out. I found out where the people that I reached out, and no disrespect to his mom, it had nothing to do with his mom. Her mother lived that. I reached out. They 2 carloads of bros went over there. They posed in front of the house, right? They looked real menacing. They bandanaed up, and they had the pictures made into black and white pictures, so we won't see it. Bandana's red. And I had the pictures sent to him, and I sent a kite with it, like, "Yo, bro, I have a lot of love for you, bro. You my little brother and all that, bro. But what I'm not gonna tolerate, you're not gonna send nothing at me when I'm in the state that I'm in, where I can't even defend myself properly, and think a motherfucker gonna cause me harm to that effect. And I know what I know." I said, "Bro, please, I'm asking you, bro, back up off that situation and leave that alone, bro. I ain't got nothing with you. Leave that alone." But when he got the picture, he seemed like, I guess he figured, I might just leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? Right. So basically, me and SI had an understanding, right? At the time, it was really SI, Magoo, they was all, you know, going against me at the time. But at some point, that shit just died out. You know what I'm saying? Because even at some point later on, me and Magoo bumped into each other. We was in Wendy, and we spent the yard kicking it. We even would bring none of that up under the pad. We just kicking up our regular shit. Because I was in Wendy population with Magoo when he first came out. And he had sent me a kite out of nowhere. It's the first time we actually even vibed each other, kite or otherwise, for years. He said, "Yo, I'm about to come out the population, bro. I know you've been out there for a while, and if you can, man, let everybody know, man. If it ain't nothing serious, man, try to keep the shit mellow, because the first thing they're looking for when I come out, first thing that happens, they're gonna put it on me." And I know what he's going through. I know what I've been through, same situation. So like, all right, I said, "Don't worry about it. Shit's smooth out here right now." So he came out. He was in B block. I was in C block. He wanted to run his club when they go jog around the yard and all that. So he came out. We kicked it and shit. We was vibing and shit. And that was that. So me, SI, Magoo situation been done faded out years before that. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jay Diamonds had pulled up to Wendy. He was part of that little party situation too with SI, which really hurt me because I was always on Jay Diamond's side at one time. You know what I'm saying? Even when he was going through, when he was 5'9" Brim, originally he was 5'9" Brim. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that authorized his move to Billy because he wasn't seeing eye to eye with Rollo G or whatever. And I always liked the Jay Diamond's energy, man. You know, in some ways he's charismatic, in other ways some people don't like him, but I never really had a real problem with him. But he gonna get to him. I guess he felt because I'm on that side and they going at Quell, I'm gonna go at Quell too. So he was doing a lot of writing too to Comstock, trying to get at me on that. So when we bump heads, and Wendy situation transpired, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, after it transpired, we met in the yard. I got keep like after he did, we went to the yard and it was the wrinkles were smoothed out on that, right? Because I only did it because a lot of the Billies there at the time, like, yo, man, put that shit behind us, you know, it's past, you know what I'm saying, boom, boom. So going back to 2000, the reason why I stopped UBM is because a lot of dudes is flying kites to each other about UBM. Yo, Quell started that. You got to try to bring that up, you know what I'm saying, and put it on the map. And we ain't trying to let that go up like that. So we trying to basically, I'm trying to keep it contained, yeah, so it won't grow. But now, while they doing that, the administration is getting hold of these kites. So now I'm in Comstock, motherfuckers came to the box, and CIU is walking with Albany. CIU is, for those who don't know, Crisis Intervention Unit, that's gang intelligence. They stopped at my cell. Hey, Mr. Ford, what's going on, man? Yeah, see, you still starting up new stuff. So what are you talking about? Yeah, we know about the UBM. We know all about it. Yeah, everybody talking about the bug.
They always get the job. It's always when these fools that get caught in there selling a cell search, or they writing out, knowing they on gang mail watch.
So I fell back off, like, man, I can't even get this off the ground really. So I rode to the port, unbeknownst to me, dudes already done fell back because the pressure was on over there. The longest standing individual that stood by it was Bad Stop. He wouldn't leave until I said, yo, it's over with. You can't do it. These motherfuckers got wind of the shit before we even got off the ground. So we're gonna pull back on that. So as I was in contact, the whole Stone thing came by, had nothing to do with Ty Guns and nobody else. It was because of the time T. Rogers, when we first started learning about him, we didn't know too much about him. He's like a mystery himself. He wrote to me, he was dealing with some brothers in New York, heard about my name and wanted to reach out to me. And he like telling about how the Stone thing is. And I said, damn, that sounds like something that makes it sound more righteous. You know, we follow the tenets of Islam and all that. And I wasn't too much into the Islam part, but I like how the structure was. And that's how the whole Stone King came about. But at the same time, this when Iz was being pushed out, and then Ty Guns was leaving because he wasn't seeing eye to eye with that sign. So we trying to form a band like together, like a triangle with Miller, ESG, and BSV before Ty Guns started giving out different hoods and making it a nation. So, but I pulled out of it because it started bringing anybody and everybody in. At the time, I only had Monster, had Ice Cream.
That's when you get shot 120 her too.
No, he gave him that way after he went home and came back. Yeah. I don't know why he do that. But they started, so I said, nah, I can't fuck with that. So I just pulled back and started doing my own thing. So ESG is growing now. Wolf Pee Wee, all of them pop up in the jail. And then you had Shaq in the jail. You had like a lot of people that's popping up in Compton at the time, and everybody's pulling out of the youth. The Pee Wee pulled away from it. They started a little Brim thing. I had my thing going. Nick Wolf had a little Gorilla thing going. There's some BSVs in the building. And that's how I started getting big. Meanwhile, McGordon was trying to start this shit called, what was that shit called? He had Vanguard.
Vanguard, that's a fact.
But that ain't go nowhere because they were trying to send word to Comstock. It was like the home base, but you had too many Stones and Brim there, so it was like they couldn't do nothing about it. And the dudes sent a kite back to them like, yo, bro, you can't just wipe them, my niggas is deep.
Now that we're going into the Stone and Brim sector of the conversation, so let's get to the part about La Brim, because I know there's many people in here waiting. There's many jets.
Well, we still a little behind.
Oh, I don't want to rush. You know, I'm excited to that part too.
So I leave the box out of as sex status in June of 2004. When I get to Wendy, that's around about 6 months later, Jay Diamonds came, shit sparked off a little bit, and then we squashed it, and then I go to the box for a letter I wrote to California, and I put certain words in it. It wasn't even like really a blood letter, it was like comrade, they saying comrade, the blood terminology. Yo, stay in contact, constant communication to the mother. They say that's the blood rule. They make up stuff as they go along.
Right.
They gave me 18 months for that shit. So I go to the fucking, they want to be bad back out of population. So while I'm in the box, Jay Diamond's getting involved in a situation with his people, right? That sparked off in the yard. Jay Diamond's coming to the box, and we vibing in the box. And he tell me what's going on. He left the box. Then I was still in the box. He came back to the box again for some beef with ladies to your shit, right? So he's telling me about, Lario just pulled up. It's gonna be some bullshit now. Like, Lario, I never met him. He said, man, he a troublemaker. I bet you he started some shit. I said, But I don't know him like that, so I really don't know, what he capable of. He said, yeah, you gonna watch me some shit. He said, damn, I heard La Brim pulled up. I was like, who's La Brim? He's like, yo, nah, he was in the L with me. You know what I'm saying? He camped under us and shit. Dope boy always in the L. I said, all right. So I was like, it's all good. I had 18 months, so I still wasn't getting no time sooner. So he told me like, yeah, you got some Crips out there too. Like, you got Sight Bike out there. He pulled up on the scene when he was in B block and dudes trying to shoot him and shit, but they misfired. So they seen the commotion, they know what was going on. So they packed him up anyway, and he ain't say nothing. So they moved in the slash block, right? When we get to C block, Jay Diamond sent word over there. The best down over there, Jungle was over there. Like, yo, that's my peoples. I know him from back in the days when we was boosting clothes. Yo, man, he good, man. He not fuck with nobody. Leave him alone. So homie left him alone. Now this is like 9 months before I came out the box.
Right.
So Sight Bike's already established out there. Then more Crips start coming. Rocky G, a couple more. Then Trap came. Then Pressure came. Another Trap. So they all up in the block, C block. I'm still in the box. Jay Diamond left the box again. But I told you I got a time cut. I'm getting out in April. Like, word, like, yeah, they gave me a 4-month time cut. At 18 months, like 14 months, I'm about to get out. So when I came out the box, the first thing I did was go to Law Library. There was a farmer down there, rest in peace, Jay Diamonds. Hello pulled up at Law Library. First of all, my instincts said something was wrong before the Law Library. I was in the mess hall because Larry was in B block, and he was at the table. And me and Jay Diamonds pull up the table behind him. Larry had his back to us, and then Larry says, yo, stop. Jay Diamond said, Larry, you can't turn around him when he mess halls. And I like, yo, what's good? So he said, yeah, man, I heard boy out in your block. Jay Diamonds cleaned it up, said, yeah, Quail right here. In case Larry say something he wasn't supposed to say. I mean, going to me. Larry like, yo, Quail, what's popping? I'm like, yo, what's good, what's popping? Yo, we popping, what's good? They say nothing. Yeah, they finally let you out. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, let me out. Boom. We just found a little bit like, yeah, boom. So Jay Diamond said, we about to pull up for library, put out for a little library for Tuesday. Farm can get us on the list. So, very long story short, we go get on the list, right? So, we ain't get to the library yet. I go to the yard one night, and La Brim pull up in the yard. So, he's live with me. Now, La Brim genuinely was feeling me. Y'all heard a lot about your history. Yo, man, everything about you, man. Yo, man, I respect, you know what I'm saying? You like a pioneer. I look up to brothers like you and shit. Boom, Joe Boys talk about this person, talk about you. Yeah, boom, we start bringing his pictures out. He showed me all his pictures. There's people in the town, you know what I'm saying? I got my thing, my little hound thing popping off, like everything good. So La Brim wasn't a primary factor in the situation.
Right.
But unbeknownst to me, I'm gonna use that word because I don't know all this at the time. I found this out later, but Larry was already plotting to get rid of me. So I'm gonna tell you why he's plotting to get rid of me. This is 2005. They already got MBs, they already got the hammers. They was basically trying to flood the jail out. They was snatching dudes. Yo, you coming with us from the U, from Stonies, from Brim, other Brim that were is, all type of niggas. When I came out the box, like 65, 70% of the jail was either Mac, mostly Mac, and Ham. A lot of other people were still there, but they was under the U, a little patch here, but the hatch was like this. Larry, in his mind, when I came out, I just became an immediate threat to him. He felt that with all that him and Labrin was building in the jail, that me coming out, that my existence is gonna hinder their agenda. You know what I'm saying? Stop. So, we'll go back and say what I just said. He thought that by me coming out, that my existence in populations are gonna hinder whatever agenda they got going on, and that people gonna start flocking to me, and it's gonna upset the balance of the power. That's my word, bro. I don't care about none of that shit. I wasn't there for no power. I'm trying to go home. I did almost 15 years between Aztec and Box out of 22-year bid. I had like 4 years. I had like a few more years to the board. Like, I'm trying to go home. It's 2006. I go to board 2014. I'm trying to get low.
Right.
You feel me? This dude is incorporating me into his little bullshit, thinking that I'm gonna come out because you know why? People is gravitating. Yo, big homie, this big homie coming to me. Buffalo dudes hitting me crazy. Whatever. Food, weed, so I could make moves and get my locker filled and all that shit. I ain't like that. That's what he wanted from the niggas. I ain't had no pressure on Buffalo. No, they did. I was a good motherfucker, and the motherfucker had love for me. So they just make sure I'm straight when I came out the box. So now, Larry already plotting, unbeknownst to me, right? At the time, there was a big thing going on between Live Brim, and I don't want to know name because he out here, but I don't know his name on paper. Another brother that was homie, I was in the block with Randy Love, which is my man too, right?
Randy Love, I heard that name before.
So he's from Harlem, so I used to mess with Randy's sister back in the days in the streets. So the brothers in the block with him, Live Brim had an issue with him. They supposed to go at it. But Larry O was opposing it because Larry O wanted Live Brim there with him. If Live Brim go out with that dude, they both gonna be out of this picture.
Right.
So he's trying to push the button on that dude in that block, and he did. And he had this brother named Baby Red, Little Baby Red, pop on him. And the other brother, they go at it in the mess or whatever, and now it's out the way. But now I'm still in the way. So Larry, who likes to conquer, right? People always paint this picture of Larry like he's a good damo and everybody felt sorry, but for what? Nigga, that nigga done waged war almost every denomination you could think of out there. What the fuck you mean? Like, I ain't got no history like that nigga got, you know what I'm saying? So why would you even put me in this situation where I'm the bad guy in the situation when I'm only came out the mama motherfucker business?
Right.
But Larry had, like I said, other agendas. So the first thing I found out he did, which I didn't know until later, is that he tried to get in Jay Diamond's head. And yo, I heard what happened to you, boy, when you got here, something came your way, but yo, heard you squash it, we don't do those. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So Jay Diamond's in his own fashion, how he is, yeah, nah, you know, it is what it is. I'm just gonna wait till I get married next month. Cause he's like, yo, don't let Quail get his feet planted. You know what I'm saying? Because he might fuck his feet planted and try to get, like, nah, I'm gonna get married the next month. I wasn't trying to get no next month shit. That ain't work good for Larry. So you understand, when I came out the box, I went to 17 Gallery. On 17 Gallery, I had one other homie, a Spanish mad homie, which ain't had no reputation or nothing. He's Keebla. You know what's up there in the company with me? Sight Bite, Trap, and Pressure.
I don't know Trap or Pressure, I know Sight Bite.
So they own the company. I'm the only homie really up there. Other ones Keebla. When I got there, there was no issue with that, you know what I'm saying? They was living, they was chilling. When I go to the yard, Jamaican Brum Bum was outside. Brum Bum introduced me to Sight Bite one day. You follow what I'm saying? So he's like, yeah, I know Killer Ben from Fort Greene. I know you was from. He used to have a girl in my family. He was talking like regular talk, like yeah. And Sight Bite told me that a couple of my looks been around you. They said you a good dude, that you ain't on that bullshit politics. Like, say, yo, bro, I came up with Latin Kings and near the beach, not with King up at
right, now blood on blood, not set,
black on black. I don't got nothing to do with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's generation after me. But no, I stand by my people regardless. That's only natural, but at the same time, I don't equip that shit. So we had to understand it. So, you know, they didn't know about that. Larry may know, but we had to understand it. So that was that. About a week go by, a nigga put a bug in my ear. Yo, this nigga Larry bugged out. What the fuck happened? Yo, this nigga in the mess hall, bro. He spoke out loud in front of everybody from 2 tables away and told Live Brim, hey, yo, them hardbacks gotta go. They've been here long enough. We got real OGs on deck now. That's been an executive decision. So I said, he said that all out, like, yeah.
He basically subliminally pointing the gun shot at you, like.
Yeah, because he's saying that loud.
Right.
So now I'm like, well, why would he say that? But I'm not even thinking how you thinking right now. I'm just thinking like, why would he do that? I'm thinking it's reckless. I ain't thinking about you trying to choose some 48 laws of power shit and try to send shit my way in subliminally through sight. So he like, I think, what? So we go to the yard that night. I see Live Brim like, yo, what's the shit Larry's talking about the mess hall to you? But I also know whip being put together. So he said, yo, wherever I'm at, I don't let them niggas live nowhere. But that's the big bro Larry. He said what he said, but why would he say that in the mess hall in front of everybody, earshot range, just like that, with no real lingo, nothing, just that one word that everybody know what it is, all that, right? I said, all right, the next day, Larry do it again in the afternoon. Said the same shit in a matter of words, but it's just the wordplay, how it came out, that didn't sit right with me when I heard the next day. How you gonna say, yo, them hardbacks gotta go? Everybody know what that means. They've been here long enough. They've been here like 9 months at a time. We got real OGs on the set now. There's been an executive decision.
That's you, the new
Ooh,
one.
nigga, I just came out the bottom. I'm the only.
Right, new one in the jail, right?
But Sight did get one of it. A nigga that used to be Crip that fell back went and told Sight. But Sight played it by ear, and he ain't, because he's like, that don't even sound right. It can't be me. He's talking about it can't be me because I was like, I'm that type of person, and plus, he heard good shit about me. So he didn't act on it. So when Larry seen that didn't work for him, right?
Yeah.
What Larry did was he kept it that worked faster. So now I'm in the yard. Two Gat Nat come out, a couple other homies come out. They out there. So Two Gat Nat start talking real dirty about Love. Yo, Love is a bitch, he ain't all that. Niggas act like he a gangster, boom, boom, boom. While I'm standing there. Now, like I told you, me and Love got a good rapport.
Right.
Family. If you got a person that's cool with you that's an outsider, and I got an issue with, but I know that's like your family, whatever, I'm not going to talk disrespectful about him in front of you. That's disrespecting you. Whatever issue me and that man got, we share it when we see each other. But Nat was going extra hard. But I didn't say nothing. I don't know why I ain't say nothing. That's disrespectful to me. You know that's my man. So the next day, go to the mess hall, I tell Two Gat Nat, hey, yo, bro, let me holler at you. Come to the back of the line. I didn't want to be around the other homies when I talk to him. So we got in the line, we go in the mess hall, like, yo, bro, what was that shit about last time about Love, bro? Like, what you talking about? You're a blood hater? I said, bro, Love's not a blood hater. He just don't like people, period.
Right.
But you know that's my man. I used to fuck with his sisters like a brother to me. I'm saying out of respect, why would you disrespect his name in front of me while I'm right there? That's the total disrespect to me, bro. And I don't appreciate it. He said, yo, but, he got beef with Bloods. Like, what beef he got with Blood? What blood he ever hit, bro? I'm just saying, he's the blood hater, so we don't fuck with him. I said, yo, bro, if you got an issue with Love, then you're going to handle it like a man because he's a man.
Right.
But I'm just saying, for me, I don't feel comfortable in that space with you talking about Love right in front of me, bro. Like I'm not there, bro. He said, oh, no doubt, I respect that. At the time, he's moving to B block that afternoon to go work in the hospital. He gets over with Larry and tells Larry, yeah, so I'm talking about Love. But I don't know if that was a whole plan. That was a plan for him to do that. They was planting seeds in little homie's head that said that, yo, Quell, we gotta watch him. You know, he's on old time, he fucked them other niggas outsiders and his loyalty is questionable, and they was planting the seed. So when he said, yo, Lanny Love is man, and Love is a blood hater. So kids already hearing it, they don't know me, they 18, 19, 20 years. So now the ice on the cake was to get Two Gat Nat outside to talk about Love in front of me so I could start arguing with him and getting disrespectful or aggressive and make it seem like what they saying is right. But when I didn't do that at that time,
right.
they probably felt, damn, that plan went down the drain. They going through a lot of 40 laws of power for this shit, right?
Right.
But the next day when I checked Nat one-on-one, Nat went back and told Larry, so Larry go to mess hall that night and he tell La Brim, that's it, we got me out of here. Who? That nigga Q. He said he tried to G-check the homie. Nigga, Two Gat Nat was a general. He was a 5-star general of the hit squad thing at the time. Like, if he felt disrespected, he did just pop then. What the
Right,
fuck?
it's up to him, right.
Right, there ain't no reason to my use. So now you tell La Brim, yo, he out of here, get rid of that nigga, you'll put that whip together, you'll send Smooth at him, and have some niggas to back him up and shit. So I go to the yard that night, because I wasn't going to mess halls. I don't know all this being said. I go to the yard that night, I'm talking like 3 homies on this side on the right, Smooth on the left, we ride, but Smooth was making the move and he hesitated. And then, but you see, if you notice how I'm talking to you this whole time, my eyes never look like direct, like I'm always, my eyes wandering.
I'm the same way, right.
Yeah, my eyes wandering, so I just happened to see a sudden move. I threw my arm up, his arm hit my arm, right? He tried to clap me. And my arm blocked, and I grabbed him, tried to push him backwards, make him go in a weight pal. And then a little homie from the side snuffed me, tried to tee off. Now I'm gonna turn back this way, and then this nigga Smooth I'm still trying to hold him. And then this dude named PK from Kipsy, he snuffed me, dropped me to my knee. Boom. I dropped to one knee. I'm dazed like a motherfucker. My Versace glasses fall off. Like, it was like crazy. Like, I'm like, oh shit, the fuck? But they didn't finish it off. They tried to skate off. They didn't finish it. So now, I think he dropped this shit in the sewer, and I get up. I'm feeling a little dazed. I pull a rag out my pocket, checking my face, not knowing, because I don't know what, I got contact, could have been a punch, could have been a script, but I'm not bleeding now. Like, what the fuck? So I shook it off, and I grabbed a 25-pound dumbbell, and I started walking toward La Brim. The reason why I walked toward La Brim is because La Brim was the biggest homie in the yard. You had to be the one to send the shots. You know what I'm saying? But no other big homies in the yard. So I'm going toward him. Like, Brim, like, on the other side, like, 9 homies with him, like, yo, I'm telling you right now, you come over here, we gonna blow you. I'm like, yo, why you don't step out, me and you handle it?
Right.
Live Brim's, man, fuck that. Hey, yo, go tell the nigga Smooth, yo, go handle that shit, man. I thought you got him. So Smooth went over there, we start fighting. I just dropped the dumbbell. We ain't gonna be swinging out. We start fighting and shit. Police don't see it for like a whole couple of minutes. I'm already getting tired. I got asthma, so I'm still hanging out. Young nigga, he dancing around, doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm trying to hang with this nigga. I'm 50. Wait, this nigga, so the police finally looked up and seen it. Break it up, pull the pin. Break it up. Now the squad, they coming. I'm fighting, but I can see through the window. They coming on the corridor, and they coming to the yard. Boom, they got up close to us. We go on the wall. We both go to the hospital clinic. No injuries noted, no nothing. There's no blood, no nothing. Come back to the block. I got a tier 2, but I also got that shit over my head because I came on the time cut. But they put me back in my cell. This is a Monday night, April 21st to be exact. They put Smooth in the cell. He upstairs on the top galleries, right? So I'm tight. What the fuck just happened? So I write a kite early next morning to Love, tell him, yo, niggas over here just tried to motherfucking hit me and shit. They missed, but they tried to like really. Yo, this shit got me tight, bro. I'm ready to go crazy.
Right.
So now the next day, being it happened with me, administration already on edge. Captain Kearney, he on edge. So they start moving people out the block. They move Live Brim and his man Drama from Syracuse to D block where Love is at. So Love get wind that he's in the block. So Love, I'm going to gym night. See that nigga had gym that night. So Love go to gym that night. He gets down there, and Live Brim's already in the gym with like about 5 homies by the tables, and Drama stands to his side. So Love start walking, but Caballo and them trying to stop him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let me talk to you, Love. Nah, I don't want to talk about nothing. They try to get at my man. So Love start walking toward Live Brim. Live Brim says, yo, bro, I got nothing to do with you, old timer, bro. I got to do with you, Love. So now I got something to do with you, though. Then a dude walked by Love. Love tried to, I guess, shock value. He still got it, because Love don't even use guns. He dropped the nigga. Boom! Stuff nigga walked by, had nothing to do with nothing. Drama runs up with the chair, hit Love in the chair, the metal chair, the ceramic seat. Bomb! Drops Love. The fucking Rob Brim run over, 2 of them run over, they grab Love. Live Brim get a little scratch on Love face. Other niggas came over to get involved, and like a little shit popped up from the gym.
Damn.
Big riot. They all wound up going to the box. And now Live Brim and all them gone. Only thing left out there now is me, J Diamonds, and my block still. Larry, I'm keep block. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, my little man, Jigga Armani, he used to be Billy back in the days. He sees, rest in peace, PB, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, people got cool in the box though, but he seen PB by the McNamara. He pops on PB and try to cut PB. They start fighting. Reason why it's crazy. Reason why he tried to go at PB, he didn't know PB was GKB.
Right.
He thought PB was Brim because a lot of Brims in the block. PB be around him every day. So he think that, and they try to get that quote, I'm gonna get at this dude, but he's not even that. He's GK. This is crazy shit.
Yeah, Icy, right.
Yeah, I seen Icy in the Bronx when I first came on. Yo, remember me? I was talking to you in the bar, kicking it and shit.
It's sad. Rest in peace, man, to the Icy, man.
PB,
Definitely
man.
send my condolences to him and his family.
So now all this shit going on, niggas going to the box and shit. So now, 2 got Nat, he go to work, the same nigga I pull up in the mess hall, and this nigga Michael Vaughn is home now. Michael Vaughn, he clapped him with a tan top down the back of his head, right? So that happened. So it's like tick for tack going on in the building, you know what I'm saying? With the peoples. Friday morning came. Most everybody went to the hospital. Larry was still out, population. So Sight Bite come out of cell. He come down to my cell, by my cell, everybody go to chow. Him and Pressure together. He says, yo, bro, can I talk to you? Like, what's up? I said, yo, man, not for nothing, man. I was surprised. I wouldn't thought, because he was in the yard when it happened, I wouldn't think in a million years that a person that's a pioneer like you, of your status, that your own people will come at you. I see, that's not even my own people that think like that. That's a small denomination of people that's controlled by one person. So let's get that straight. He said, yeah, but still, man, you like a pioneer. Like, I would never expect that for myself. So when that happened to you, it felt like it happened to me, like to an extent, even though we're from 2 different cultures. But he said, if that happened to you, I can imagine what they got in store for me and my people. Because it still is in the air what Larry said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He said, I said, yo, one thing ain't got to do with the other. He said, yeah, but no disrespect to you, but me and my people can't stand around and wait for shit to happen to us. I said, yo, bro, I can't tell next man to survive.
Right.
All I can say is, man, don't do nothing to nobody innocent. You're gonna do what you're gonna do as a man. You know what I'm saying? And nothing I can do to stop it. But I'm just saying that everybody not involved with that. He says, yeah, but you know, Jay Diamond, yes, he's your brother. All right. Jay Diamond had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? He was totally against it. He looked out for you when first got here. That shit, he really got love for you. So that makes it better. Cause they was about to move on Jay Diamonds. Then he said, but then we got that dude Larry Messel had my name in his mouth. I said, yo, bro, I don't give a fuck about that nigga. I'm being truthful. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. First of all, because the nigga, like, you're not my brother once you send a missile at me. You know
Of
what I'm
course
saying?
not. You top
like,
op for life.
You op, nigga. Like, I fuck on niggas talk all this principle. Look, there's no rules in the game of war. It's certain principles you live by. You don't involve the police in your beef.
Of course.
But there's no rules in the game of war. Look, me and you homies, right? And we got disagreement. What we do? We either stop fucking with each other or we shoot 31.
Right.
Your brother, me and him go shoot 31. And we back to brothers because blood is like real family. Like, if I got a brother by the same arms, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna send a missile in the street that my brother, we're gonna fight and we'll probably make up later. Or maybe not make up at all, but still not gonna cause no physical harm.
Right.
So once you sent something at me, you're no longer my brother,
brother.
you're my enemy.
Right.
Everything goes. If I could have paid his mother to poison him, I'd have did it. You know what I'm saying? But under no circumstance did I just sin, for the misconception for those out there, for no reason at all, was I'm able to just send Sight Bike at him. Sight Bike is first of all a general. I'm giving him all this props. He's a general, he's a thinker, and he played a major part in what came up on the Crips on this side of the coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just can't tell him, yo, go out there. I can't
don't work
gas
like
him
that,
to
right.
Yeah, he did it because Larry had his name in the mess hall, and he's still not clear about what's going on with him. So once he heard Larry said that, the hardback been here long enough, they got to go. We got real OGs on the deck right now. Second decision. Well, if they came at me, obviously not me, right? So who the fuck can it be? Well, I don't know who it is, but I do know that Larry the one that said that shit. So that's his mind focus. Go get this nigga. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
I just told nigga I don't give a fuck about the nigga because the nigga said something at me. He's my fucking enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like an old saying goes, enemy, my enemy is my friend. Like I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't trying to mediate that or de-escalate that situation that we got going on. So they went to the mess hall, that's breakfast, came back, they called me for the hearing. I go to the hearing. While I'm at the hearing, they had lunchtime. So when the lunch went down, I guess somewhere in the go back, alarm went off. Let me tell you how the shit went down. You ever been to Winnie before?
Nah, I never been to
Okay. D block go to mess hall first, followed by A block, followed by B block, then followed by C block. When you in the mess hall, when they say go back, D block go back, D block go back. Then after they clear the hall, A block go back. After they clear the hall, C block go back. So what Psych and them did was, when B block was in the mess hall and C block was running for chow, Psych and Trap went to the front of the line. So when they come around to the tables, they only put people connected. They don't separate the houses. They'll put Psych and Trap, who's in the front of C block line, right next to the last person on B block line. Because if you go in the middle somewhere and they go B block on the go back, Psych and them can't get up in the middle of the mess hall and walk with them. They ain't look like, how the fuck you get way back there? So they go on the front. They had a whole plan. So when after they did that, they said B block on the go back. Psych and Trap got up with B block. Went in the hallway. Larry and them in the front. So I'm in the middle part. Basically, Psych Bike got away with it.
Right.
All right. So now, that day they told me that I'm going back to the box, you know what I'm saying? Because I had old time, whatever, 4 months. So I go back to the box. When I get in the box, Larry and them in the box and everything. So, you know, he beefing on the gate. I don't care about that. I'm not going to beef on the gate. I never was in no gate monster shit. So I left it go. But they started promoting this shit already. Yo, Quail rolling with Crips, popping on the homie with Crips. I ain't popping up with no Crips. Psych went at you because you had his name in his fucking mouth. That's it. Point blank. One single incident. Isolated. Right? And then they start flying kites. Yeah, he twist Quail. Twist me where? I ain't got no scars on me. Ain't no scars on my face, my body, nowhere. Like, where you get me at? He's a misfire. But they try to portray like they really brung me down. We brung one of the originals down. Like, you know, because when you start spreading rumors, it's like wildfire. And it's hard to reverse the rumors. So niggas go run around, yo, they're just twisted. Then that's gonna grow to, yo, he got airlifted out of the jail to the outside hospital. Right. Never happened. I got a tier 2 for fight with no injury noted. All right, so now, and that was 2006. I wound up leaving and going to Clinton 2007. When I get to Clinton, you know, the word was spreading that I was there, but dude wasn't trying to do nothing because they had like a nice team in Clinton. Like, it was like a lot of dudes there. They waiting for me to come out. Niggas had they armed up. They told you to come out. But Clinton had other plans for me. like about 4 days before I come out, they sent me with a weapon in my cell.
Damn.
So they take it to the box. When I get to the box, I go to hearing. They gave me 9 months. Now I beat it in Albany for the simple fact James Bell was the hearing officer, but James Bell was also acting captain the day they sent me to the box. He was the one that was notified. He authorized my move to the box. So you already know the particulars of the situation, and you already moved me to the box, which
So
means
you gotta be impartial.
Yeah. You had predetermined thought that I was guilty when you moved me to the box in the first place. So how you could do a fair and impartial hearing? So I beat it in Albany. But when I beat it in Albany, then they went up ass second anyway. So when the superintendent came through, I'm like, yo, what's up, man? You had me, I was ass second in clown style for 48 months. Why you still got me? Like, come on, but everywhere I go, you trying to lock me down. I ain't even do shit. He said, well, you know who you are. You made the bed, you laying it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, say no more. So then he came by another time, a month later, said, yo, man, is it possible, man? I heard you got ass second people on Fire Gallery. They had Blue Boy on Fire Gallery. They had Victor
You
Mercedes.
saying Clinton, right? That's
Yeah,
Unit
Clinton.
14, right?
I was in the 14, but they had Blue Boy in them out on Fire Gallery and E-Block.
E-Block, yeah.
Blue Boy,
Long time.
Fat Cat from Queen, and Victor Mercedes. I'm saying you got other people out there on regular company in E-Block. Why you can't put me there? I ain't caught no problem pay out. I've been chilling. I've been boxed for 48 months in Comstock on that say. He said, we'll see what they could do. I asked my officers, how you doing? About 2 months later, they did it. They granted me. They put me down like around November of 2007. They put me down on E-Block. So I'm gonna come with Blue Boy and them shit. I knew Blue Boy for reason, had lessons before I had lessons in Juvenile in Spofford. So we go back and we chill, they get a bunch of food and shit. We're good. So now as time goes on, Blue Boy leave the jail, go to Shawanga, and Shawanga. And I'm in 9 cell on an E-Block on Fire Gallery. So now I hear rumors that La Brim popped up in the building. So they're like, yeah, La Brim in the yard, you know what I'm saying? He stepped in certain dudes he had issues with. They ain't with no problems. It's all good and shit. So then they said that La Brim had played a part in the situation with DI when he got hit. So they gave him a ticket. They locked La Brim down. So now La Brim in D Block. Well, La Brim did some dumb shit. He was in D Block locked down. You know, you a big homie. You know how it go. As soon as you get locked down, some major shit, they already monitoring your phone call to see if somebody gonna use your number. Your number's still on. So that's what they did. He's told the porter, go call my girl, tell her bring this, that, and third tomorrow. Porter got on the phone, yeah, La Brim, you keep blotting out some bullshit. So that he sent the missile at somebody, but yo, he said, yo, make sure you're up here tomorrow morning and bring both grandmas and shit. He talking in code, but the jail, next that Saturday morning, jail waiting for his girl to come, IG.
Damn.
Snatched her, caught her with dope and weed. So they packed La Brim up in D Block, said, you going to E Block. So
That's why we came over there with you now.
yeah, I'm in my cell.
Oh, all right.
So I'm in 9 cell. That day before that Friday, a dude that was in my cell, long-term keeper, he went on the draft. He's my man, Muslim brother. He's cool, been up there for like 4 months with me. He going to draft, so the cell open. So I hear the front gate open. I open the gate, I hear some bags being moved. Now I'm only in 9, so I can see right up front clear. I see a guy pull the drag, big, tall, you know, I'm like 6'3", you know what I'm saying? So he pull the bag to the gate and go back. I don't know it's him. Finally, the police come to the cage, open the gate so he can get in. With his bag, and open 8 cells. So we gonna make sure to make fuck is this. I'm looking. As you get close, about 3 or 4, I said, I know that's La Brim. Oh man, I'm getting this thing. Fuck, that's what in my mind. So I pulled back, put my curtain up. Boop, I was nigga peeking and see who was over. I put my curtain up. La Brim bring all his bags, and he asked the police. My name is Hardy. He's like, yo, can I clear myself? Let's lock in. So he locked in. All right, fuck, close the gate. Porter came by the white. But I told the white, and he came like, don't say my name. I issue with this dude, don't say my name. I don't even know I'm here right now. So he come like, what's up, bro? Everything good? You all right? Like, yeah. Do you need to clean the cell? Something? Yeah, I need some stuff. So the white brings some soap balls and all that other good shit, toilet brush and all that shit. So give him some rags, he cleaned the cell, and they stopped. He get on the gate. Cause you're an Gambino voice downstairs. Like, yo, Gambino! His brother like, yo, that lie? Blah, blah, blah. Start going crazy. Yo, lie. Mad people call him now. Yo, lie, bro, what's happening? All type of people call him. So, like, yeah, I'm up here on Fire Gallery, Excel. So
Somebody else snitched on your ass.
No. So
You up there next to Quill?
No. Listen, I'm in Excel. I'm Gambino saying, yo, you in what cell? They thought he was downstairs. He said, I'm in Excel, here on Fire Gallery. I got quiet. When they said, oh, she right next to the grass. So now So now I said, yeah, they talking. Yeah, boom, I just got some bullshit fucking ticket. I can't talk about it. I'm gonna try to send it down to y'all when they got my girl locked up. I'm feeling fucked up right now, bro. Boom. They talked about maybe 10 minutes. Like, all right, let me finish cleaning my cell. I was like, all right, I'm gonna call you later. So La Brim pulled back. This nigga Rob Mel underneath me don't even know what's going on. He had no idea what was going on over there on that show with La Brim. He downstairs begging ass La Brim from the Bronx, Valentine, Rob. Yo, Shaquille. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? He said, yo, I need some toothpaste, homie. I said,
I had you mad as hell.
La Brim go, hold up. That's Shaquille, you right here? Boom, hit the wall. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He said, yo, what you want to do? Or how you want to do this? He stomped his foot. Yo, who you want me to get it on with? Well, I'm with it. I was like, yo, calm down, bro. First of all, we locked in our cell. I'm as said, and you long-term keep locked, bro. Relax. Nah, but I ain't with all that throwing shit. So I don't throw that nigga cell, bro. I did 8 years, 7 months stretching the box the first time. 3.5 years of box, and the rest of the time, an ass still in the box. I never known for throwing nothing, bro. I don't throw shit. All right, I'm just saying, I ain't with up. I said, bro, look, you here, I'm here. We're gonna be respectful and cordial. But the first opportunity to present itself, I heard you stepped to a couple niggas in population, and they basically ain't want no beef with you, but I'm letting you know, the first opportunity to present itself, and it's nothing between us, we gotta shake the building. He said, no doubt. I said, other than that, we're gonna be respectful, bro. I said, all right, no doubt. I said, all right, before I let you finish doing what you're doing. I said, all right, no doubt. He kept saying no doubt, he pulled back. I waited for like 5 minutes. I'm ready. I'm feeling real frisky. I'm gonna play games. I knocked on the wall. Yo, I said, yo, lie. You know that shit happened in Wendy. That was some real bullshit, right? He like, yeah, I know. I said, no, that was some real other shit, bro. I said, yo, when I first met you, it was like you was really feeling me, man. Like you really was on my side and shit. Then I don't know what happened, bro. He said, yo, you know how it is, man. Larry is my big bro. So I'm like from the first generation, like. You know, the big bro make the call, I'm to respond to it. I said, yeah, you know that, I can't hold you against that. You're right, that's how we grew up. I respect that. I said, but the thing is, man, I don't know if you was involved with that, all them kites sending and shit, like I got touched, I didn't get touched, I got spread that rumor. It's like, yo, I know it was some bullshit, but, you know, I don't know, it is what it is, man. You know, that shit goes slander campaign, all that shit is part of war. Nowadays, like a new generation. I said, thanks for schooling me, man. You're right about that. I ain't used to that. And he called me. Hey, yo, you ever see the new Straight Stunting magazine? I said, what's that? He said, yo, now K Slade got it. I got the first edition. Let me check it out. It's a blue cover. I never forget. I said, dang, got some bad bitches. I'm reading this. There's some bad bitches in here. I'm like, I got this nigga. He trying to smooth it out in his own way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, yo, I appreciate that, man. Let me see this, man. I ain't seen no good girl. They seen the wow. I'm in the magazine. That is mad shit. Thick as fuck. When he put this out, that's the first they just started putting in. It's got that. Word. He said he's pulling stuff out of his bag. Like, yo, you ever heard of this shit called Remix Your Kicks? Like, nah. So shit in Queen, check this out. He's put some Nikes over it. They just got these shit made, it's custom made. So yeah, they take any Nikes we send them, the people send them, and they send it to you, the receipt and everything. It's mad custom. This shit is fly. Word. I got some Gucci Pradas over here, regular shit. So yeah, but I don't mind getting some remix shit. Like, this shit's alright. So we like, yeah, boom. So yeah, boom. So yo, he's like, yo, you got slow jams over there? Yo, this shit like going on like
you never had beef. Right.
I'm like, yeah, boom, mine the whole time. I never said, no, we chill, now we good, fuck that beef. I ain't never said that. But I worked to me, Bob, like, yeah. And he said, yeah, I'm young, dude, you thinking I'm a fool and shit. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm smarter than what they think and shit. Like, you know, I ain't gonna front, I know you ran a young man, but he tried to send a kite over to Wendy, Auburn, to get at me in Auburn, but I already had his girl info where she was at. In the Protestant Manhattan, and my mom was saying, I regular old in Pennsylvania, I don't even know what you're talking about at the time, right? So he like, yeah, but so like, I said, no doubt, right? So he just wanted to let me know that, right? You know, he got some people that reached out to find out where his girl at. Like, I guess he would reassure that we got. So I was like, so I tell you about nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just, whatever it is what it is, man. That was last year, man. You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago. It was 2008, like February 2008. I said, you know, time heal all wounds, man. He said, yeah, you're right. I said, yeah, you know, like I said, man, back in the day, I was beefing with motherfuckers like niggas in Bronx against Brooklyn and Brooklyn against this and that, and we going out in the forming adolescence, and a lot of us, some got hit, some got stabbed, cut, whatever, and we go up north 3-5 years later, we hugged each other. We was wild when we was young, word.
That's a fact, that's jail shit.
Yeah, so time heal all wounds. He said, yeah, just like Hirsch and Larry. This is before Hirsch broke Larry up. He said, yeah, just like Hirsch and Larry. You know they squashed their beef, right? I said, yo, get out of here. They squashed it. Be like, yeah, you know Hirsch hat now. Like, get the fuck up. But they squashed it. B, they seen each other face to face. He said, nah. I said, but I don't know about that then, man.
Right.
He cut nigga through the ball. I said, nah, bro, they hat. They got an understanding. They said, dead. I said, all right, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how did that go, man. But, you know, I understand you saying, like I said, time heal on wounds. No doubt. Yeah, everybody's vibing. This is like Saturday, Sunday, Monday comes shower day. But the steady Hardy wasn't working. I already know I'm going to get him already. You don't know. I know the lay of the land. I've been here already for a while.
Right.
But Hardy wasn't working. The new Jack, not new Jack, but like somebody that really want to do the block.
Non-steady, right.
But now I think it'll go by the rules. So La Brim didn't. Early in the morning, you got to put down for rec and shower. He ain't put down for shower that morning. I guess he wanted to see how the shit play out. But then he said, no, I ain't going to the shower because I feel sick. I ain't put down. So I got to ask him, you going to the shower? Sure enough, one cell. Crack out. Let's go. Shower. One cell go down the shower, which is a 5 cell. 5 cell. He go in the shower, lock in. He told, lock the gate. Then next thing you know, boys come out to the gate, shit, the lockbox open up. Bring out the shower. 2 cell, get ready. 1 cell go back, 2 locks. 1 cell in the cell, gate closed and secure. 2 cell. So La Brim peeping it like, oh, that's how you do it. I'm good. No, you ain't. Wednesday, Hardy be back. It's gonna be a different story. So now Wednesday came. Hardy, this is how he works. 1 cell shower, go to shower, lock it up. Boom. Then he watches TV. You don't even go downstairs, stay upstairs, watches TV, come back over, crack 1, crack 2, go back,
So you
sit
can
down.
switch out,
They switch out. Talk more, they dapping, whatever they gonna do, they go lock in, boom, and then play. But that Wednesday, La Brim had put down for shower, but he went back to sleep. So he don't even know the movement going on like that. He don't even know. I'm like, oh, I'm anxious. I got sweatpants on. So Wednesday came and Hardy came back. They started running the shower. So La Brim sleep. 1 cell come out, 2 cell, like I said, come out, and they switched up. So now it gets down to La Brim cells. 7 cell came back, but La Brim gets already cracked, and then the police had to hit it. Get cracked. La Brim wakes up. Yo, stick his head out. Say, shower. Let's go. So La Brim go out. He don't even know 7 was open when he was open. So he go out, go to the shower. So close the shower gate. La Brim closed the shower gate. But La Brim also locked his gate. Most people leave their gate open, so he locked his gate. So now, when I hear the shower crack, my cell crack. So I'm already waiting. Like I said, I got the sneakers on, I got sweatpants on, I got my glove on with a thing in my hand, and I got my robe on. Just in case he just happened to make it back in his cell, I could kick the sneakers off.
And go in the shower.
Like it was nothing, but it worked in my favor. I got look, I'm in population with the spy mirror like the box, so he can't see. I see him coming down. He's still looking tired. He got shorts on. He got the shower slipper with the thong where your toes go around it. And then he has on no shirt, and he got the towel and his wet t-shirt that he washed the shower in his hand. So he gets to his cell, but his gate, my gate locked. If I cracked it. Next time, leave it open. So he take his elbow and try to open it, the bucket in his hand. He take his elbow, try to open the gate. I just popped out. What's up, nigga? Boom! I tried to hit him in the face, but when he seen me come to the gate, he tried to turn away, and I hit him like by the side, by the temple. And then he runs, and I'm chasing behind him. I got the gun still overhand. He runs, and his slipper broke. His left slipper breaks by 4 cell, and he busts his ass. And I fell almost on top of him, and he's trying to get up while I'm falling down. And I'm grab him, he grabbed me, but I got his right arm under my left armpit, and I'm still trying to hit him, but I didn't know that when I fell, the boy hit the ground. But I see him bleeding a lot, because now I got him on the shirt. He's bleeding on on front of my shirt. He's trying to get loose, and we were still on the floor, so I'm still trying to hit him with a banger that, with the point already fucked up. But now he's trying to grab and hold the other arm. He just holding on. He's like, all right. I said, nah, I'm gonna fucking kill you, nigga. And the police is like, yo, we gotta fight with a weapon. Yeah, police steps, but they gotta come from way down. We on 5 guy. They come from down with the second floor.
Flats, yeah, the flats.
They come from the second or third floor. That's where the desk is at. Remember, E-Block been to Clinton before?
Yeah, I was in
Clinton. So E-Block, 1 and 2 guys go downstairs, but when you walk in the gate, the building, you're on the 3rd floor.
That's a fact, you're right.
That's right there. So they come to steps. So somehow La Brim get his arm out, and we struggling to get up. I'm still trying to hold him, and then La Brim break loose and he run toward the back. I go by 6 cell and bumped into the cell and threw the gun in, and then got me like I'm going to about the La Brim. And I told nigga flush him when I threw the gun in the cell. Nigga named Hova, he flushed the banger and shit. So then they grabbed me in the gate, boom, boom. So La Brim down by my man Murdoch, that's home now. Murdoch cell, he in front of his cell. So now I'm on the gate, told him, get on the fucking gate. La Brim on the gate. So now they take me downstairs first, put me in handcuff, me down by the desk and the chair, sit me down. La Brim come down. La Brim come down, he got one slip on and one slipper off. Then he got no shirt on and the shorts. That's how he brought him down. They about to send a nigga to the hospital, one slip on. So now he go to the hospital first because he's already bleeding blood on his fucking on the floor, dripping on the floor. They already calling the porter, come clean it from PC company. They take La Brim out and shit to the hallway and left me behind. They go to the hospital and I guess they checked him out and they bring him back and they took me to the hospital. By the time I came out from the hospital, he was already gone because he already had them 2 tickets. They didn't give a fuck about him anyway, you know what I mean? So they had for sending missile at DI and then the other shit. So they moved him and shit. I don't know where the fuck he moved to and shit. They split us up, so I stayed in the company, got the ticket the next day, whatever and shit. And that was it. So I just want to add, right? For those that don't know, that those are like younger, right? I'm not here to glorify that. I'm just telling my story.
No,
right? But at the same time, a lot of people that were La Brim, he ran, he punked this hoodie a bitch. I wouldn't call him a bitch. Because as you get older, you start realizing the dynamics of situation and crisis, that whatever your brain dial up for your body to do, it's gonna do it. If you get caught off guard and your brain says run, you're gonna run. If it says fight, you're gonna fight. War has 2 principles in it: fight or flight. Right? When enemy, all the war time, when enemy advance, you retreat. When enemy retreat, you advance. He had to retreat because I advanced and I caught him off guard, and he's half asleep, so he had no idea what's going on. He just know I came out my cell and hit him. He don't know if I got a 007 or if I got a flimsy ass bank. He don't know what I got. All he know is I came out and he got hit. I hit him aggressively and he took flight. The next day we would see each other, I'm quite sure, I believe that he'd have shook out.
Of course.
He would have been scared from the day before. He would have shook out. But that day I caught him off guard. So don't let nobody fool you that you're going, because I heard a lot. In my years, I'll be 55. I done seen a lot in my years with dudes that was gangsters and putting in, and then they got in a moment where their heart was stolen for a second because they got caught off guard. And then they shook it off and they went back to how they used to be.
No
back
question.
when that gang shit. They ain't take their heart forever, just that caught them off guard. Like, so that's what happened with La Brim. But in the interim of that, man, you got people who's trying out here, oh, that never happened. And first of all, from Remo to everybody else from state that I talked to, everybody know what happened. Niggas that was in the jail when it happened, know what happened. You know what I'm saying? It's real, it happened. He got hit, he ran. Those that want to support him, whatever, cool. But know what La Brim do is he recycled. So all the people in the past who knew what happened, they've been in recycle already. Because the dudes don't do what he say or act accordingly, he recycles. So now I got these new niggas that don't know no better. They, I never heard nothing like that. You wasn't there anyway. You was
right.
2008 before you were here, but it happened. Any official hometowns up north in that time area can tell you that happened.
Yeah, everybody knows. I heard about that story prior. It's a notorious story about New York State Penitentiary between 2 big fools on the clashes. Like, we definitely heard that story. A lot of us definitely.
But I respect him also to an extent because he did what he had to do. He stood by Larry, who was his big bro at the time. And he felt he did what he had to do. With no malice intent why he did it. He didn't do it because he wanted to get wreck off me. He did it because Larry put the bug in. We're going to have to get rid of this nigga because he going to fucking offset our fucking agenda. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do. But one thing about La Brim that I did like was that when after the shit happened, he wasn't going hard to push no buttons from a distance.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to go, because I ran with Two-Face, with Lace, and he ain't like what happened to me, because I basically educated Lace from the beginning when he first came home, so we always had a good rapport. I said, but but it is what it is, man, but I had to do what I had to do to La Brim because he was involved. I couldn't let that slide, because it's gonna look bad on me, you know what I'm saying? It was up to me, I wouldn't want to do nothing to the motherfucker, but it was up to me because of what he had done to me. So at the end of the day, man, I respect La Brim, like I said, because he wasn't sending a bunch of missiles. Larry, on the other hand, every chance he get, trying to send a kite, yo over there, get. Niggas wasn't doing that. You know why niggas were doing nothing? Because when I get to the gym, I went to Elmira in 2012 from Clinton, niggas, they sending mad kites over here to get at me. Niggas wasn't trying to do it because that nigga went at La Brim. We scared of that nigga. Why the fuck I'm gonna go with that nigga? Which is a good thing. This is why, like, ultimately, not to go off course, but with Hellraiser, he'd have been more proactive and more aggressive. He wouldn't be going through that 5 different jails, 5 different situations. All you gotta do is get on the big men and you're gonna be respected. And a lot of niggas did fail out Brim. So if I'm the one that did him and chased him down, what the fuck I'm gonna do with this nigga? I ain't fucking with that. So nigga they were hesitating in Elmira. They didn't do nothing. I'm gonna get a ticket in Elmira and going to Southport anyway and going to Wendy, which is why I want to bring up Wendy again when I came back 2012. I want to bring up the Eli situation. So 2012, I go back to Wendy. So somewhere around 2013, I was back in C Block. 2013, Eli pulls up. Eli and Doughboy pulled L Gang and Doughboy at the same time. And guess what's pull up? Sight Bite. He pulls back from the building. Oh, I left one thing out from the past too. After that shit with Sight Bite when he cut Larry, Sight Bite was still in the building for like 4.5 months after that, walking around going to chow and everything. Was it to one home we got there? I don't know if you want his name mentioned in the streets now, he part of the council, but when he got there, they said the missile, that didn't even work good. They wound up watching the nigga that they sent. The nigga sent was a crash dummy. He wasn't even homie or nothing. He's telling him they're going to bring him back in and use him, but he got to getting popped on by Pete Gutter and Sight. They washed him in the mess hall, so they still ain't get him. Right. You know what I'm saying? So now, go fast forward back to Eli. Eli pulls up a Dope Boy. So, you know, at the time, he had some Max in the block that I got cool with, Lil PV and them. So I sent Dope Boy some food, a care package, and some nice yo. I know he just pulled up with Eli, you know, and I don't know much about the homie or even dealt with him, but, you know, I'll see him when he get out. We sit down, whatever it's gonna be when he get out. But you know, you can feed him or whatever and make meals for him and shit. So that was that. So finally they came out 3 days later for quarantine. So Eli come outside and I said, yo, what's up? You know, we gotta holler, right? He said, you know, we're on the phone first. So we got on the phone. When Eli got the phone, he pulls up. We gonna spin the yard. I said, yeah, I just want to know. I always want to know what happened in the situation. Well, we're gonna talk about it right now. So I broke down everything I said to you. I said to Eli. Eli, you know what he said? He said, you know what? I believe everything you said. You know why? Because I know Larry. He likes to want to be a conqueror. I know how he talk, things he do, the little underhand shady shit he about. I know it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even jagging it. You know what I'm saying? As far as concerned, that shit old. That's in the past. I'm not getting involved with it. Mm-hmm. After that, Eli got a program in custodial maintenance. I was in building maintenance at the time. So we used to go to mess hall and link up together. Now, technically, I was only going to mess hall with him to sit next to him each time we go to mess hall, just in case he decided I want to sit something from another direction, you're going to be sitting right next to me. But the first time I go to mess hall and I try to sit next to you and he pull away from me, I'm going to believe
something's coming.
You're trying to get away from me.
Of course.
But he never did. Every time I come over here, we stayed together the whole time. Larry starts sending kites to Eli. Yo, nigga, Quell over there, take care of that. What's the fuck they waiting for? They heard nigga psych in the building too. He still wouldn't budge. You know what I'm saying? Other dudes were telling me he getting kites from Larry. Now, they try to portray like Eli was scared or Eli was a bitch when he didn't. No, that's not the case. Eli had the upper hand. Nigga, he had like 19. He had Shark, Baller, all of them there. Shark was on my company with like two other Mac Ballers. And other Mac Ballers, it's like 19 of them in the block. Some was other hoods, but majority was Mac Ballers. Eli could have laid back in the cell with his head back on the pillow and just press a button. But he never did. I'm going to tell you something else Eli did. When Sight Bike used to go to the mess hall, rephrase that, my bad. When other homies used to go to the mess hall, Sight Bike was in A block. I used to like ask Eli, yo, what's up, that nigga Sight Bike? Take care of that? Like, leave that shit alone, man. He been through enough. That's old, man. I ain't gonna keep doing that shit, chasing nigga over for the rest of the life. You know what I'm saying? That shit old, man. So I started respecting that. So that was going on for like maybe 8-9 months and shit. You follow what I'm saying? And Eli never budged. He stood firm in what he believed. He stood firm in what he said. I ain't getting
involved. But it ultimately cost him his regime. Now, what I want to add to that, now, yeah, it may have been the honorable thing to do as a man, having your own opinion on what you feel is right from wrong. But now, as a soldier or a person playing a role, a part of a movement or situation, you have a role to play, and
it's like La Brim said. I had to do what I had to do because that's like my big homie,
and that's what ended up costing him though. You feel me?
So now costing him more. We there for a while. Disco pulls up. So when Disco pulls up, it's like a different feel because Disco was more geared toward, I guess, getting rid of Sight Bike. You know what I'm saying? But just to check the temperature, one day they had a talent show, and I didn't know Disco was gonna be down there. So I go down to the talent show, and Eli didn't go that day. I just figured I ain't going to bullshit jail talent show. I went down there anyway, you know what I'm saying? So when I get down there, you have Pillsbury down there. You know, these Pats in the building. I was walking amongst them for the longest. Pillsbury, he's Hound. You had McMurdo was there. You had fucking Massacre from Fine Art Brim there, from Brownsville. Like, oh, he had good rapport with these dudes from I was there. When I get to the gym, Disco's down there. Oh, he's here. Now, mind you, before the gym situation, Disco was in the mess hall a couple of times with me and Eli was sitting next to each other, whatever. So, and one time he sat right across from us, diagonally, across from me, but talking to Eli. But I never said nothing to him, never said nothing to me. So I still want to check the temperature. What's up? So I get to the gym, and me knowing that he's from Webster and Larry from Webster, maybe he had a better rapport than him and Eli, so what is it going to be? That's my take on it. So I seen old-timer Ron do, like my big bro, the one I had the case with 100-something years with the AZ situation. He's talking to Disco. So when Ron stepped off, I said, yo, you know that brother? He said, yeah, I know him. I know his aunt's on that from Webster and shit, Like, all right, cool. I said, yo, I want to holler. I'll call him over here. So when they call him over there, I said, yo, I told Disco, you know who I am? I said, come on, of course, man, Quail, man. I said, well, I just want to check, man, to make sure you know who I am. The situation's going on, me and Larry, where do we go with that? He's like, yo, man, he said something to the effect that that's old, man. I talked to Eli. Eli said, you good people. That's Father was saying that's a dead issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. So that was that. So now we leave the gym that day. Now something happened. I think one hat got another hat or X hat or whatever the case may be. I don't know the story of that. In A block, and I think they locked Disco down and shit. I think shot with Sight Bike, and now the shit in the air. The Sight Bike play. Probably Disco was there to press that. You know what I mean? Whatever case, and Eli had to get on board now because only for no other reason Disco there. So Eli had to get on board. So their focus really was Sight Bike. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now when that shit happened, I think they snatched Disco off for Seg. I might tell the story off a little, but they snatched him for Seg eventually, and they gave Eli false dirty urine, or maybe it was a clean dirty urine. But I mean, like I said,
yeah, I know what you mean.
Bad dirty urine. But they locked him down, right? Mm-hmm. So I was working in C block, packing up the dudes going to drag, helping with their bags to go to. So when I get down to the talent show, I see Massacre down there. He 5'9" Brim. I see Pillsbury. He's a hound at the time. McMurdo, I think, was down there. A couple other hats was down there. So I see Disco. He in the middle of the floor almost talking to old-timer Ron Du from Bronx, from Webster. So when Ron Du finished talking to him, I called Ron Du over. I said, yo, what's up with that brother? You know him? Like, yeah, I know him. I know his aunts and them from my projects. Like, all right, cool. I said, yo, call him over. I want to talk to him. So Ron Du called him over. So when he get over there, I said, yo, you know who I am, right? He said, yeah, of course, man. Come on, Quail, man. I said, all right, yo, I know you and Larry, man, you know, that tight and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what it's going to be, man, but, man, you here and have, a situation that you want to, how we got to deal with it, we're going to deal with it. He's like, yo, that ain't about nothing, man. He said, yo, Eli said you good people. That shit is a dead issue and shit, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he had his focus on other things. I think his focus really was more so on Sight Bike, you know what I'm saying? So now, the talent show's over. I went back to the block. I told Eli, I talked to Disco, said, all right, no doubt. Boom, so everything, I'm saying, leveled off. So now, the move being made in A block now, they're trying to put the whip together and get rid of Sight Bike. So Sight Bike come to the yard that night. Homies by the homie table, it's like about 9 homies out there. Sight Bike walks over. I give him this. He's crazy. He walks over to the homie table with a chessboard, pull the chessboard out on the table, put it on the table. Homie's looking like, what the fuck is he doing? He takes pieces out and put all the pieces in a row. Then he puts all the pawns in the front. He said, yo, all right, so y'all know who I am, basically in a nutshell. I'm Sight Bike. You know what I'm saying? I just want to show y'all a little something. I see all these pieces in the back row, and specifically more so, it's the king and queen. Now he said the king, that's like the brother Disco that's pulled up, and the queen, that would be Eli, because all the time Eli was here, nothing was going on. Now all of a sudden I'm hearing that it's supposed to be a move against me. But see all these pieces in the front, those are the pawns. Those are all y'all. So the homie is like, the fuck, this nigga crazy as fuck. The homie like, that's all that's about, but whatever, man. I just want to let y'all know, man. He packed everything up and walked away. A little time go on, about maybe an hour. Took like an hour. Next thing you know, I guess you waiting for something, anticipating it, and it don't happen. You start getting like lag, you know what I mean? And a homie creeped up on Sight Bike and touched him. Bomb. Sight Bike's like, I heard he said, fuck, I knew that shit was gonna fucking happen. And he started fighting with the homie and grabbed the homie and blasted onto his ear and bit a piece of his ear off the top.
Mm-hmm, I heard about that.
So now shit erupt. Ex-Crip named Tornado got involved from Flatbush. Some other niggas got involved. Some other Brooklyn dudes that fuck with Sight Bike. Homie got, it's like a big thing. Everybody wound up going to the box. So the brother Only person left behind was Raw. Raw really ain't do nothing. He from Coney Island, Slim Blood. He was hat. So now they snatched up Disco, I believe, to put him in Ad Seg, right? Because he like the big hat just pulled up and all this shit is happening. Then they gave Eli Dirty Urine and put him in the box. So now at some point I was working in C Block. I said working with like drafts and shit. So some dude that got packed up in C Block with me goes to Elmira and get caught with a handcuff key. Elmira in his bag. So they don't know how he got it. So next thing I'm CMCA. They put me on investigation for 3 days. Couldn't find out on me. So they wound up moving me to A Block to the job. I go to A Block. So I get to A Block. I'm A Block for like maybe a week or something, 2 weeks. You know, dudes going to visit, whatever. So now, one day I go in the yard and some Stoney, even though I had fell back at the time, Stoney's pulled my coat like, yo, we got word that this nigga Disco sent word from the box to motherfucking through somebody to go to Raw to get rid of you, saying that he ain't do what he supposed to do with Sight Bike, so Quell is your deal. I'm like, what? So with Raw, I said he coming out next group. So Raw came outside, I stepped to Raw aggressively, like, yo, what's up, nigga? You supposed to do something to me? Like, now what you talking about? Yo, I heard motherfucking nigga sent word to you that do something to me, man. He said, nah, I ain't doing nothing, bro. I fell back. I ain't fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? So I asked him, well, where you get the word from? He said, Disco sent you a kite? He said, nah, dude, other brother in D Block see me in the mess hall and told me that Disco said that I'm a plate to get rid of me and shit. Truth be told, I don't even know if Disco really actually did that, because people play games. Like, hypothetically, Disco could have went to the box, had nothing to do with it, and another dude went to visit, seen Disco, and then, it happened to me before, somewhat, goes down the population, sees Raw, and say, yeah, because he might have been like a Larry loyalist, I want to get rid of me, but using Disco name as extra strength. You follow what I'm saying? You know how niggas do it. So, so possibly Disco probably never even said nothing about getting rid of me. It could have been the nigga using Disco name. A nigga used my name like that one time in Attica. You know what I'm saying? And get somebody shot in Auburn, and it worked. Just because my name was involved. They wouldn't even move for that dude particularly, even though he was a big homie, ain't an OG. But they moved faster because at that time it's like 9-7, and my name was at the height of the situation. So they definitely moved on the brother. That had nothing to do with it. So I'm looking at it like that. Maybe this guy I'm trying to imagine, like, you know, me and the brother sat there in the gym and we had a conversation and nothing transpired. You know what I'm saying? And why would you send something later? But you know, I think that maybe possibly like that dude in A Block. I mean, D Block told Raw that and used Disco name. So I'm not gonna hold that against them. But you know, that's what happened and shit. But ain't nothing transpired from that. After that, I go back to the block. Let me go back to my cell. Everything good. Then finally, I got moved back to C Block. When I'm in C Block, as time went on, I moved to Honor Block and shit. And when I get to Honor Block, I'm trying to get home. You know what I'm saying? I got 20 to life, career crew. I'm trying to do all I can do to get the fuck home. Fuck this jail shit. And then Scar pull up in the jail. So Scar, he find out Brim. I had no beef with Scar now Brim. They never had no beef with me. Not even Lace. Lace with me and Lace was together. But Scar, I guess he riding for these niggas or trying to make a name for himself. So he comes there. He's like, Scar here, yo. He gets some loose talk about him and situation you being here. I'm like, all right, whatever. So one day, at that time I was going to special diet, no sodium diet to get that fresh produce and all that, you know, that good shit.
No question.
So Scar gets Jewish meals. So we in the small mess hall Monday. You don't go to big mess hall. I go to small mess hall, Scar in there. I come across around the table with the homie and shit. I walk right by Scar like this. And you can tell he looking over his shoulder like, damn, they gonna move or not. Like he probably maybe felt like I got wind of what he said. I just walked by him to get a thermometer reader, but it was too small mess hall even beefing nigga. If he ain't gonna do nothing, I ain't gonna do nothing. So I sit down, so Scar, you know, he eating. He kept watching from peripheral. I could see him watching, and he gets up, he leave the mess hall. Next day, same thing. School child, I go to school. I have to go to school child. Other than that, I don't go to mess hall. So I go to mess hall. Now he on the line. I'm sitting down. When he come to mess hall, and he not looking my way at all. But he know what the fuck I look like. He know I am. Scar did some bozo shit. Cause that motherfucker, he ain't make no move. He ain't act like he had no issue, no nothing. He was trying to get other niggas to do it. So now, being that I'm in Honor Block, only in the morning we go out the yard with C Block. Scar winds up telling Rated R and some other upstate nigga that Quella play on site. If you ever come to that yard, y'all take care of that. And I was going to the board like 2 more days, like my first board. So I'm like, fuck it. Now I'm going to the yard. And I'm gonna tell you why. Strategically, how I think. If I didn't go to the yard, and no. If I made the board, I would have to go to transitional service, and then I have to go to the big mess hall. Now opening myself up for a bigger situation, possibly a riot or anything. Now I'm stuck in jail. But if I go to C Block Yard, I can always go to yard and just hound these two niggas on some defense shit and let it fly like that. Mm-hmm. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to C Block Yard. So I sent a kite to C Block. A couple people I fuck with, I said, yo, bro, I'm going to the yard tomorrow. I sent it through that night program. Said, yo, but the other people that fuck me know don't get involved. It's like too lame, homie. They not even built like that. Like, let me hound it. I'm gonna be good and shit. Boom. They said, so I said, yo, don't get in, please don't get, because if you get involved, it's gonna turn to a full scale fight. You're gonna be locked up in the box before a riot situation. I don't want that. Let me go over there, let them handle this shit. I'm just gonna stand there, just blocking whatever until the shit die out. So now, go to the fucking yard. I sit on the table, we talking. And I tell my man, you see them two dudes walk toward me, let me know. It's far enough, they waited like a half an hour. They say, yeah, they walking away now. I said, all right, cool. I'm sitting there, I'm chilling. When they got too close, I got up, boom, and we started shaking and shit. One nigga had his hands, and the other nigga raided off from Newburgh somewhere. This nigga had, remember the old tweezers? Mm-hmm. Yo, how you had this shit bent back and forth, one part broke, and the shit out of his hand like about this much. This is what he's swinging at me. So I'm just like deflecting it, like, you know, what's up, something. Another comes from, I'm like that, and we going back and forth, and now the police, bring it up. So all the police seen was them niggas coming at me. You follow what I'm saying? Rated R tried to slide away through the tweezer, went to the crowd and shit. Man, long story short, he got locked up into the box. I get locked up. I beat my hearing. He called me for witness for his hearing in the box. I told them that they got the wrong guy because they snatched him out the crowd and shit, right? Boom. So they got the wrong guy and everything. So now, I think he beat his ticket down the line and shit on appeal and shit. Make a long story short, that was it. And I was back. I beat my ticket. I'm back in on block and shit. I never left. I was still in my cell. So then the two white dudes escaped from Clinton. Mm-hmm. So they moved me from Clinton to Attica because I was CMCA and I was in honor block. So they moved all the CMC out of honor block and out of jail. Them dudes was CMCA and honor block and escaped. So I went going to Attica, stayed for a year, and went home, made it home. And that's basically the end of the story, man. It's this straighten out certain situation that nobody really know.
No doubt, man. And yo, we definitely appreciate it. So, like, in closing, before we close out, is there any message you like to send out there to the people, to the youth, to anybody that's slandering, promoting false agendas? Like, is there anything like
that? I want to say is this, man. There's more than one side to the story, right? Mm-hmm. For all the other YouTubers, cause let's go back to like to Zeke. Like I heard Zeke talking about me, right? He like, yeah, boom. He never said my name. He like, yeah, so his brother's known as an OG, you know, he fell from grace, and from what I heard, he boom, boom. He tried to tell a story, but I told Zeke, you got the whole shit wrong. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I had him call me. He talked to me respectfully. Then he went the next day and rectified what he had said. But I let him know, like I let everybody else know to do YouTube. Bro, don't just jump on any fucking story because every story don't be the truth. Like it's more than one side of the story, and always get both sides, and you sift from that what you believe is the truth. Because if you ask more people about the shit, more you ask about it. Like I seen the write-ups in Zeke, which is good. Some people wrote up, yeah, I was in Winnie when that happened. Boom, boom, yeah, that was awesome bullshit. They even clarified. Even Psych got a book out where he clarified. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't happen how people say. And I told Zeke, like, stop using the term loosely, fall from grace. Because fall
bro, but not even being funny. I was the first person to coin that phrase.
Right. Yeah, you
After
was.
I used that shit, it went viral. Now everybody wants to do fall from grace videos. I should have patented that shit. Stop jacking my pocket.
But you know my thing with fall from grace to me, because that's a big word. That's a big. Fall from grace means to me, and everybody got their own opinion on it. You might have your own opinion, but fall from grace means that when somebody do something that's so detrimental to their reputation that they can't come back.
Irredeemable.
Yeah, it's irredeemable. You fuck with homos, you fell from grace. You ratted on somebody, you fell from grace. There's a few things fall from grace.
Now, my definition of a fall from grace is an individual that was once here, and then once you got here, you allowed yourself to become so delusional that you just so ill and so lit that the rules no longer apply to you, and you fuck up somewhere. And when you fuck up somewhere, you're down here. That's my definition of fall from grace.
You know what? And I can coincide with that definition as well. But not everybody like it. Some motherfuckers, they still where they at, or they still love for who they are on a major way. So, like when I heard about my son, I said I ain't really fall from grace. Like I came home to like I did come back, and people understand. I came back. Me and CK rectified our situation, and then I was back. Even though it started from Mad being starting their bullshit about what's going on with P Dub and all that, and I came home under that wave like, what the fuck on they talking about? We need your help. Coming at each other in the streets in North Carolina, and I think I'm coming back to help, but in all reality, they were trying to use me to get back in and try to use probably my history, but at that word, it wound up backfiring. But at the same time, they had their issue they had to work out. Mad B and P Dub, whatever and shit. And I hope maybe someday that shit get worked out, whatever, who left what to who and whatever. That's so far in the past with me. All I wanted to do was come home, and the family accepted me back. The council knew about it. That's my whole thing. Everybody knew about it. The council knew about it. Nobody was opposing it, and I came back. So, and I'm only here for only one reason: have fun, party, and be around the family. That's it. That helped breathe life. I helped start. And that was it.
But yo, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you. Make sure y'all give out a big shout out to Shockwell. I want to thank him once again for coming to the platform and blessing us with this history, blessing us with this knowledge. Hey yo, Shockwell, once again, man, I appreciate you for this press release, man. I appreciate you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you share this shit. It's going viral. Real content all the time, only the Boston Cafe. Salute.
Salute.